Hey everyone, it's Rajiv and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving my book review of Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Before I start talking about the book, I would like to say that I post book-related videos and reviews every day in my channel. So if you enjoy watching this video review, then please do like and subscribe to show your support. Where the Crawdads Sing has become one of the best-selling books of this year, and there's so much hype around it that I had to go and buy it and read it to see if it was justified. The story revolves around this girl named Kia who has been isolated from society. The story starts off where Kia's mother abandons her at the age of 6 and Kia eagerly waits for her return. They all live in the marshlands, and eventually, as the years pass by, her siblings also run away and her father also eventually leaves. So by the time she is 10, Kia is completely alone and has to tend for herself in the marshlands. The people from Barkley Cove, which is this town which is closest to the marshlands, are determined to help Kia, so they enroll her in the school, and Kia actually attends a day in the school only to be tormented and ridiculed by the other students. So she comes back home and she vows never to go back there again. Kia is soon labeled as an outcast from the townspeople and they refer to her as the Marsh Girl. So eventually the story progresses as to how certain people enter in Kia's life and how they have an impact on her, where she starts to appreciate life and nature more and tends to adapt to her surroundings. In between all of this, there is also a murder mystery where one of the townspeople is murdered and Kia is the prime suspect. This book was just amazing to read. I loved Kia as the main character. She is such an intriguing yet such an innocent character with such a strong will that you cannot help but root for her from the get-go. I love the details about Kia's life in the marshlands and how she interacts with nature and learns something from it. You feel so bad for Kia when she tries to make a connection with someone which she so craves, and she is turned down again and again. You can see the gradual change of how she becomes a recluse and goes into her own world when she is turned down by so many people. But the results are not bad because she finds her own niche and beauty in the nature and the world and the wildlife that surrounds her. The supporting characters that enter her life, like Chase and Tate, are just as interesting, and I loved how she picked up something from their interactions. The main thing which I really liked about the story is how the author beautifully describes Kia's surroundings, where each of the scene is described like a work of art, where you can clearly visualize the beauty of the marshlands and nature of North Carolina. The author has written the story in such a style that is almost poetic. The descriptions of the marsh, the wildlife, the birds, the crawdads, the nature, everything is so breathtaking. I really applaud the author for her knowledge of nature, her extraordinary writing skills to capture the reader, and her excellent choice of words. I can completely understand and see why this has been a best-selling novel for so many months now, and it's really surprising to see that this is actually the author's debut novel. She beautifully talks about loneliness and how humans have this basic need to interact with one another. In a large part, it is also about forgiveness, love, and accepting who you are and your life and finding beauty in it. In a very indirect way, it also described to me how people have become so spoiled in general when they are in a more commercial environment where they feel that they need to compete with others and show how much better they are from one another. But when we are actually stripped from all of that and when we are one with nature, all those materialistic things just don't seem as important anymore as long as we have the basic necessities in life. I also love the murder mystery element and the trial following it, and how the author beautifully manages to contrast the scenes of the trial room and the murder mystery with its fast fast-paced, high-octane energy versus the soothing and serene nature life of Kia. And she writes it in such a convincing way where you keep guessing as to whether Kia was actually responsible for the murder or not. It was also interesting to see how small-minded the townspeople are and how they react to Kia's trial from the whole outcome, and how their prejudices affect their opinions in the trial. Overall, Where the Crawdads Sing is a beautiful story about love, abandonment, finding yourself, and surviving in this world with a murder mystery element added to it. And I would definitely give this book a rating of 5 out of 5 stars. Have you read Where the Crawdads Sing? And if you have, what were your thoughts and opinions about it? Did you like it or did you dislike it? If you enjoyed watching this video, then please do like and subscribe. And until next time, bye.